top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good morning, dear listeners out there. You're welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review, coming to you live from the city of Ibadan here at Power 365 Online Radio. My name is Alayande, and I'm bringing you stories from Daily Independent newspaper. Alright, so let me quickly bring you the major headlines. First here is importers lose 200 billion naira to 2-day strike, freight forwarders. And this is also saying shutdown of national grid economic sabotage perpetrators must be held accountable. Coming from reps, Kaduna Assembly indicts El Rufai, recommends prosecution. And El Rufai replied saying, I served Kaduna with integrity, says El Rufai. Finance Minister presents economic stability emergency plan to Tinubu. Bill seeking to outlaw open grazing divides Senate. Fidelity Bank to raise 127 billion naira rights issue public offer. NDIC begins payment to 2.3 million liquidated Heritage Bank depositors. Engage federal government, don't fault our demands, NLC to organized private sector. Tinubu rallies stakeholders on protective policy for sustainable ecosystem. Senate okays 300% pay rise for CJ and other judicial officers. And then this is also saying PDP not in merger talks with another party. That's coming from the NWC National Working Committee of the party. Senate's move to establish gold reserve for Nigeria gets second reading. French investors mull establishment of wholesale agribusiness market in Oyo. That's Cross River State Government, restates commitment to tackle environmental issues. NOA unveils official version of new national anthem, calls for entries for accompanying melody. Okay, probably we use the Apala version so that it will be sweet, or maybe they should consult the person who composed Oyo State anthem. That would be better. Ashiwaju Niwa. It's danceable, so maybe we should try that. Okay, so let me quickly bring you this story. This is saying the House of Representatives on Wednesday said The shutdown of the national electricity grid during labor union strike constituted economic sabotage, as perpetrators must be held accountable. The House of Representatives, in a statement by its spokesperson, Akin Rotimi, shutting down such critical infrastructure is detrimental to the well-being of our country. Importantly, the shutdown of critical infrastructure such as the national grid constitutes economic sabotage and is detrimental to the well-being of our country. Those responsible for these actions must be held accountable, the statement said. Okay, you may read more of that story. It's on page 1 and it spills over to page 6 of the Daily Independent. Kaduna Assembly indicts El-Rufai, recommends prosecution. The Kaduna State House of Assembly has indicted former Governor Nasir El-Rufai for abuse of office and money laundering during his tenure as governor of the state, and recommended that he should be prosecuted. The ad hoc committee set up by the Kaduna State House of Assembly to investigate all finances, loans, and contracts awarded under the former governor submitted its report to the House. Apparently, the former governor and the incumbent governor are not in good terms. Importers lose 200 billion naira to 2-day strike, freight forwarder. Wow. The Association of Professional Freight Forwarders and Logistics of Nigeria, APFFLON, that's AFLON, has said that importers lost at least 200 billion naira as demurrage on imported goods to the 2-day industrial action called by the organized labor. The association also took a swipe at the Trade Union Congress and the NLC for acting selfishly whenever they press for their demands from the federal and state governments. You may pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on that story. And then this next one is saying Senate okays 300% pay rise for CJN other judicial officers. The Senate on Wednesday okayed a bill that grants a 300% salary increase for judicial officers at the federal and state levels. The Red Chamber approved the report presented by the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights, and Legal Matters, chaired by Senator Mohammed Tahir Monguno, APC Borno North, to the lawmakers. You may read more of that. Okay, let me quickly bring you to Oyo State. French investors maul establishment of wholesale agribusiness market in Oyo. Director General of the Oyo State Agribusiness Development Agency, Oyo Sada, an executive advisor on agribusiness to Governor Seyi Makinde, Dr. Debo Akonde, has stated that a French firm, Semaris Rungis International Market, is set to support the establishment of an international wholesale agribusiness market in the state. Akonde stated this on Wednesday when a delegation of the firm, including its head of international projects, Timothy I hope I won't murder this name, Witkowski, and consultant market specialist Steve Allen, paid a courtesy visit to the governor in Ibadan. According to the Oil Sada DG, the investors plan to complement the Makinde administration's efforts in the agribusiness sector with the establishment of the market, which will be a major market for agribusiness and farmers. And then this is saying Cross River State government restates commitment to tackle environmental issues. Cross River State Governor Senator Basi Otu has reiterated his administration's commitment to implementing measures to promote land restoration, combat desertation, and enhance drought. The governor made this known while declaring open a 2-day symposium to commemorate the World Environment Day at Metropolitan Hotel, Calabar on Wednesday. Okay, he was represented by his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode. Okay, so this next one is saying Senate steps down 98.5 billion naira FCT supplementary appropriation bill, demands details. The Senate on Wednesday stepped down a bill seeking a supplementary budget of 98.5 billion naira for the Federal Capital Territory to enable it to consolidate the magnitude and scope of ongoing projects within and across the 6 area councils in the territory. The FCT Supplementary Appropriation Bill, which was stepped down during Wednesday's plenary, was sponsored by the Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele, APC Ekiti Central. Okay, so you may read more of that story. And then NOA unveils official version of new national anthem, calls for entries for accompanying melody. The National Orientation Agency on Wednesday unveiled the official version of the new national anthem to the public and called for entries for the production of melody for the anthem. Okay, so the new national anthem needs new melody. So if you're interested, go and apply, or go to NOA. We have there's an NOA office here in Ibadan, just behind Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board. So if you're interested, go there and tell them you're interested, and you apply, or you probably drop in your entry. 14 still trapped as 6 are rescued from Niger community mining pit. 6 out of the 20 persons trapped inside mining pits in Galkogo village, Shiroro local government area of Niger State, Monday afternoon have been rescued alive. Efforts were still on as at the time of this report on Wednesday evening to rescue the remaining 14 miners said to be working for Africa Minerals and Logistics Limited, the mining company operating in the area. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on that story. You can't ignore Wiki Tinubu. Hey. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, has lauded the impact of Barrister Nyesom Wike as a minister of the FCT during the commissioning of the Inner Southern Expressway I-6 extension. Wike is a force of human nature. Love him or hate him, you cannot ignore him. He is striving to redefine leadership. Wike is one of the best appointments ever made in the history of our current democratic dispensation, and we must commend President Tinubu for the vision and courage to appoint him. Initially, his appointment was met with protest, but now even his critics hail him as an exemplary leader, said Shettima, quoting President Tinubu. Okay. Rule with the fear of God. Alayande Kugbe charges Nigerian leaders. Leaders in Nigeria in all facets of life, be it political, economic, financial, academic, labor, security, and the host of others, should make fear of God and righteousness their watchwords. The present Nigeria predicament is centered on bad leadership and followership due to our lack of conscience and belief in God. The statements were made by the Ibadan Diocesan Bishop, Right Reverend Williams Oluwarotimi Aladekugbe, shortly after the Diamond Jubilee celebration of his 60th birthday at Cathedral of St. Peter, Aremo, Ibadan. Alright, this is saying Nigerians should be patient with Tinubu Idimogo. A former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Dr. Jude Idimogo, has appealed to Nigerians to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's policies and strategies in his roadmap towards reposition in Nigeria. Read more of that story. It's on page 4 of the Daily Independent. HEDA advocates greater traditional institutions' role in environmental protection. This is saying the Human and Environmental Development Agenda (HEDA) Resource Center has called on the federal government for a constitutional amendment to create roles and resources for traditional institutions in protecting forests, combating desertification, and preventing droughts. Okay, so you may read more of that story. You don't enhance drought, you prevent drought. Okay, so this is saying you have to establish international agribusiness markets to support farmers, consumers. Okay, I've read this earlier. And then let's bring you this World Environment Day. LAGRA 6 government's support on recycling village. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to celebrate this year's World Environment Day, on Wednesday, the Lagos State Recyclers Association has called for government support to build a recycling village. Okay, you may read more of that. It's also on page 5 of the Daily Independent. Alright, so this is saying, okay, PDP not in major talks with another party, NWC. Against the backdrop of the calls by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar that the only way to defeat the ruling All Progressives Congress in 2027 is to form a coalition, the People's Democratic Party on Wednesday said the party is not in any major talk with other political parties. Pick a copy of the Daily Independent to read more on that story. And then this is saying Binance will face due process of charges on charges of financial crime. Federal government, against the backdrop of continuing interest in the ongoing trial of online platform Binance and one of its chief executives who allegedly illegally trade in cryptocurrency in Nigeria, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has said the processes are being applied in all stages of the trial by the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Alleged corruption, court clears cost for Ganduje's trial, grants substituted service. And then this is also saying court orders interim for feature of 11.14 billion properties linked to Emefiele. Netco posts 137 increase in operating profits for 2023. Finance Minister presents Economic Stability Emergency Plan to Tinubu. The Economic Management Team's Emergency Task Force has presented to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a proposed emergency package, the Accelerated Stabilization and Actualization Plan to restore economic stability. Read more of that story. It's on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Nigeria Customs seizes pangolin scales worth over 3 billion naira. The Federal Operations Unit B of the Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) has seized pangolin scales worth over 3 billion naira in a significant crackdown against illegal wildlife trade. The Controller Federal Operations Unit Zone B Controller Shaibu Amadu made this known in a press conference held on Wednesday in his office in Kaduna. Alright. Then this is saying, okay, customs intercepts. Okay, I've read that already. Makinde charges police to strengthen mobile force 72 squadron to curb activities of illegal miners. Representatives to investigate death of Nigerian in South Africa. There are so many stories on the Daily Independent for today. I would advise that you pick a copy of the Daily Independent to have a better read of all we have brought to you. And then let me also bring this last story. Customs to facilitate more trade through AFCFTA. Schneider Electric targets 900 million Africans with sustainable energy solutions. And then the burden of, okay, this is saying, okay, let me quickly go to the sports corner, which probably has some interesting reads for us. World Cup qualifier Okoye arrives Eagles camp. Fans thrilled as Olasokomi emerges winner of Osun First Lady Table Tennis competition. Aruna returns to top 16, battles Croat at WTT contender Zagreb. And Colombia 2024, Nigeria drawn with Germany, Korea rep, and Korea Republic and Venezuela. Okay. And then this is saying Premier League charges frustrating, says Al Mubarak. Ogbonna to leave Hamas. Dortmund fined 20,000 euro for 1 minute match delay. Wow, that's huge. Napoli hire Antonio Conte after poor Serie A title defense. Thank you for staying tuned today. We thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to have you all the time. Stay tuned for Yoruba version of newspaper review, and then afterwards there are other programs that will come your way too. Thank you very much. My name is Alayande Adenichi.
Radio, you are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch